roll this baby out. Got a lot of where you can tell where it's just been sitting, especially with a little bit of rust there. Here is the fuel leak right up at that connection. These things suck. I am not gonna lie. These connections and everything. But I'm gonna take it off and then make it where I could put a regular hose right across there on the crossover, and then be able to put a regular 60 psi fuel line there. I got an HP tuners and I actually tuned the computer. It's correct specs on it with the 5.3 with the 323 gears in the back with the 4L60E and the tire sizes. I got it all in there, and then I drove it, and it drove way better than it's ever driven. And then fuel line thing happened and it just sat, so I never really got to use it when it was working right. I couldn't get a radiator hose that was able to wrap around as long as it did right there, so I got myself a whatever size pipe this was. This was 3 years ago I built this thing, and so I had to go buy 40 foot of it because that was the only thing they would be able to sell to me. They couldn't sell me in a little 3 foot section. So I've got enough aluminum pipe here. I bought that intake off of eBay, or maybe it was Amazon. One of the two, they both sell it. Honestly, I would have just rather have tried to find myself an actual LS1 intake or something like that with the injectors, because even that fuel rail that I put on there, I had to make that thing fit. I had to bore out the holes for the injectors. That wasn't fun. I got a bigger, I think it was a 90 millimeter throttle body here. I got the computer over here mounted to the fender. I've done the car over 3 times, painted it twice. This car used to be blue originally, or not originally, but whenever I painted it the first time. I had this car for about a decade now, and somebody sideswiped the crap out of my car when I was in college, and then they just left. They never left a note or anything. I had to end up getting a door skin. Did it at home. That's why the gap's not the cleanest right here on this little part, but other than that, it's a new door skin on it. I made that radiator fan shroud here out of a piece of pretty thick piece of aluminum. I don't know what the gauge is. Then I got myself an electric cooling fan here. I mounted it right onto this radiator. This car right here, it taught me a lot about fuel injection and switching motors, different kinds of motors, into a car that's not supposed to be meant for. So I got a B&M shifter here. I took the old gauge cluster out. Then I cut all the little flanges out for the old gauges. And then I fiberglassed over it, and then I cut myself holes out for these gauges to fit right where they were. The door panels are not on it. This one right here needed the new regulator, the manual one. I have it, never put it in, but that's what it needs on this door, because it'll only go up, and then it's got 3 or 4 more inches that it needs to go, and it's ground out. I just want to keep rolling. So I wanted to get that fixed before I put the door panels on. So I have some diamond plate back here for the deck up here. Me and my brother, he helped me get the CNC plasma cutter to cut this section out, and to cut the door rail here, the foot rail. He helped me with that also. I was able to actually use the old transmission mount here. there's two of them that go to this right here, but I was able to scoot it back, and it's only holding on by one, but it is sitting on the frames. Strap to try and hold the old muffler on. And I did get a different oil pan for this car that somebody claimed that would be fitting, but honestly, that sucker sits 2 inches, about 1.5 to 2 inches below the subframe here. I've done a lot to it, honestly. I mean, it doesn't look like it because it looks a little old, but all the ball joints, heim joints, even this steering gearbox that's been replaced, shocks with coils on them to help, because I cut the springs and I shouldn't have done that, but they did help try to keep the car up a little bit high and not go too low. Even the exhaust system here has been replaced. George's muffler shop to do those. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this fuel line here fixed. Yeah, it looks really pretty when it's wet.